Welcome to NK Telco Sports. We are here at New Bremen High School where the Minster Wildcats take on the New Bremen Cardinals. Today's game is sponsored by these sponsors: Minster Bank, Schruderman Pharmacies, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, PSG Automotive Outfitters, Seiss Schruderman Incorporated, Wagner's IGA, Fowler's TV, Orthopedic Associates of Southwest Ohio, Upper Valley Career Center, Schwann's Mama Rosa, German Farmers Insurance, NK Telco Sports, and First National Bank are our fine sponsors. Here for this rivalry game between the Minster Wildcats and the New Bremen Cardinals. Welcome to the Nest at New Bremen High School, along with Greg Burning. I'm Dave Kanapke. The Minster Wildcats, Greg, having a good season, 7-2 overall. They've got nice size. They've been riding some hot shooting late.
Yeah, they've shot the ball very well from the perimeter, and particularly from Isaac Smeezing, who's averaging 17 points a game, but also shooting 54% from three-point range. There's a couple teammates shooting up in the 40s as well. They've shot better than 50% from the field as a team in the last two games. That's doing things right. Led to that record, as you talked about, going 7-2, 3-1 in January. So they've started off the season well.
Wildcats are coached by Michael McClure. The New Bremen Cardinals, they're 5-8 on this season. Started out pretty slow. They're 1-7, but of late they've been playing some very good ball.
Yeah, they're 3-1 in January also, led by Grant Haney, averaging 13 points a game. Nick Bornhorst, Nolan Bornhorst with 10 points a game, and Avery Powers also with 10 points a game. So some scoring there that's helped Bremen come a long way. They'll play a lot of players tonight pretty quickly to get them in and out quite a bit, but yeah, they turned things around a little bit. Tonight will be a good challenge for them. There's a very good Minster team going to come in a good rivalry game here. It's atmosphere already getting pretty excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, the student sections are all dressed up. They're already chanting at each other. It should be a good one. We'll be back with starting lineups from return on NK Telco Sports.
Take your game day party to the next level with a new TV and Sonos sound system from Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. A Sonos sound system takes all the action into every room of your home and outdoors. Break your home into zones and control the content and level right from your phone or tablet, enabling you to enjoy the game or not with the touch of a finger. Add a security camera system connected to your TV from Fowler's, and never leave another friend stuck outside in the cold. Fowler's TV, taking game day to the next level.
Best part of my experience at Upper Valley is getting to know different teachers and the way they teach. So you learn a lot about how college is going to be in the future. My name is Paige, and I'm from the Exercise Science program.
Starters for the Wildcats: number 2, Isaac Smeezing. Number 10, 6'6" junior Cody Frericks. Number 12, Mike Kettner. Number 22, Jared Hillspin. Big guy in the middle, number 50, Jared Schultz, a 6'9" junior. Head coach for the Wildcats, Michael McClure, in his second year at the helm. Wildcats are 7-2 overall. Now for the home team, Cardinals. Number 14, senior Avery Powers. Number 32, Andrew Bowers, a 6'1" junior. Number 34, sophomore Nolan Bornhorst. Number 40, 6'3" senior Luke Vondenhaar. And rounding out the lineup, the leading scorer, number 42, 6'2" senior Grant Haney. Cardinals are coached by Adam Doherty in his 7th year, head coach of the New Bremen Cardinals.
We've already had some great entertainment there. We got our first dunk of the game. If you didn't see that in the pregame, Bremen brought out a little miniature hoop, and Luke Vondenhaar dunked it on the way by. So The gamesmanship has begun.
Has begun. The students are ready. We've already had a sign stolen. Sign of the Pope was stolen. So,
this is great.
Yeah, great atmosphere. Should be a good one. What do you think of the keys going into this here, Greg?
Yeah, for New Bremen, their offense has been very off and on. They definitely got to get a good start, get their offense come out and play good defense against this very explosive Minster team. Minster obviously going to try to get the ball in the paint. They shoot the ball so well from the perimeter. If they can get it inside and kick out, they're going to get some great looks outside as well. So should be a lot of fun.
Minster controls the tip. And Powers steals it away, and then Hilsman ties it up. Jump ball will turn it over to the Cardinals.
I don't think intensity is going to be much of an issue here tonight. As you saw it firsthand there, 10 seconds into the ball game, 2 guys on the floor.
Cardinals 5-8 on the season, have won 3 in a row, 4 of their last 5 after starting out 1-7. Turnaround by Powers, rebound by Frericks. Kettner leading the break, kicks it over to Schultze. 3 ball, off the mark, rebound Cardinals. Pushing it the other way, Bornhorst will take it all the way. Contact, Frericks with another rebound. There's a foul at half court, that'll be on 42 Haney for the Cardinals.
Well, we got some tempo early on. Didn't know how we'd see much of that here tonight, but boy, they're pushing it in a hurry already. I suspect once the emotions settle down, that might slow up a little bit.
Both these teams had this date marked on the calendar before the season started. Drive by Hilsman, kick it into the corner, work it around the perimeter. Down low, Frericks is open, misses the layup, rebound Cardinals. Bowers in the corner, gives it to Powers. Man-to-man defense by the Wildcats. They will switch the zone when needed. Powers will drive against Schultze. Schultze with a block.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough shot. I mean, you can't go up against a guy that's got 7 or 8 inches on you. You didn't even hardly have to jump. That's a tough one to get over, but a good steal there by New Bremen.
Bornhorst the other way, 3-on-1. Powers and 1. Good steal by Bornhorst. Good dish to Powers. Chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Foul was on Jared Hulsman, his first. It is just electric in here right now. Hard enough time seeing the court on the Bremen side because the fans are in front of you. And they're all wound up as Powers makes the free throw.
Powers averaging just under 11 points on the season. Gives the Cardinals a 3-0 lead. Kettner brings up the ball. He'll run the point most of the night. All the way over to Hilsman, too high. And a turnover to the Cardinals.
You know, really early in the ball game, but Bremen able to get a couple of turnovers.
JV game that was one into Bremen. Leading scorers for the Cardinals, Logan Suchlin, Mitchell Hayes with 12. And there's a steal by Hilsman. Behind his back, loses a handle, and will have a jump ball.
Yeah, good read there by Hulsman at the other end. Steps in the passing lane, gets the turnover back for Minster as they're looking to get their first good offensive possession. They had a couple decent looks last 2 times, but look a little quick. The atmosphere, I think, is a little bit much. It was a good look to the big fella, Schultze.
Rolls off the rim. Bornhorst gives it up to Powers. Bowers now. You're running the point most of the night. In the quarter, Vonderhaar hits it, 5-0 Cardinals.
And that may be the only advantage they have out there size-wise. Vonderhaar can definitely come outside and shoot that mid-range jumper like he did, pulling Schultze away from the bucket. But Minster definitely has a good size advantage inside. Frericks in there as well.
Knocked out of bounds. One of the matchups I want to look at, you have Haney guarding Schmeezing. Schmeezing, the leading scorer, at 17 points a game. He's given up about 4 or 5 inches at least.
Yeah, he's got a whole head on him for sure. He's going to lack some speed, but you're right, he's going to get it back in reach.
Schultze off the mark. Rebound Cardinals.
And that's definitely been Minster's advantage in the paint, but Schultze not able to convert on a couple of those easy bunny shots.
Shot up by Bowers. Rebound Vonderhaar, blocked by Schultze. Bowers will drive, knocked away. Ball goes out of bounds, it will go to the Wildcats.
Yeah, again, I know you want to go and push up against the guy, but he's 6'9". Like that, you're not going to be able to just go right at him. He doesn't even have to jump. You know, that's a tough sell. You're going to have to figure out a better way to get that shot over him.
Schultze leads the MAC in steals as that will be knocked out of bounds. Schultze leads the MAC in blocks. He led them last year. Now he already has 37 this year. That's about 4 a game. And there's a turnover on the pass. And the Wildcats still scoreless 3 minutes into this. Haney, he's being guarded by the stopper for the Wildcats, Hilsman. Haney, the leading scorer at about 13 a night. Shot by Vondenhaar. Frericks has his 3rd rebound already. Smeezing loses the handle. Turnover to the Cardinals.
Yeah, turnover's been an issue early on for both teams as New Bremen gives it right back.
Wildcats on the offense. Shot up by Kettner. Can't fall. Cardinals pushing it ahead. Both teams pushing the tempo when they can, and we will have a foul against Kettner, the Wildcats.
It's something we didn't talk about earlier, but we talked a little bit off air with substitutions. And I mentioned Bremen will go deep, but they're going to sub out every player probably on their starting rotation except Grant Haney. And that's exactly what they did. So they bring in a whole nother crew here.
Cardinals bring in 4, the Wildcats bring in 3. Wildcats usually go 8 deep, sometimes 9, so depth should not be an issue. We have Caleb Allen, Kobe Paul. We'll just check the players as they get the ball, as Paul will take the entry pass. The 6 seniors on his team guarded by Kanapke. Gives it up to Brandon Highcamp. Halfway through this first quarter, shot by Paul. Off the mark, rebound. Highcamp puts it up. Battles around, and Smeezing comes up with it, and there's a foul on the Cardinals. So a couple opportunities for the Cardinals, couldn't quite finish.
Yeah, and you see a whole different dynamic when Schultze steps off the court, because now the size, if you look across the floor, it's pretty even. There really isn't anybody with a drastic height advantage. Frericks is pretty good size, but you know, the rest of the way, it's not 2 heads over everybody else. It's pretty consistent now.
Drive by Lemke also draws the foul. Foul will be on Kobe Paul. 3rd foul against the Cardinals. Wildcats have won 2 in a row. They've won 5 of their last 6. Their latest win at the Flying to the Hoop Classic. It's the first time they've ever played there. They defeated Franklin Monroe on Monday. Both these teams played on Monday. Ball tipped away and stolen again. Cardinals playing some good D, Greg.
Yeah, turnovers building up. That's, I think, the 6th turnover here down for Minster in the first quarter.
Shot up and in. A 22 Bryce Blickel and a 7-0 lead on our First National Bank scoreboard.
Blickel provides a little offense off the bench for the Cardinals. And another turnover for Minster.
Bornhorst checks back into the lineup. Wildcats with a timeout. Full timeout will step aside. The Cardinals up 7-0 here on NK Telco Sports.
Mama Rosa's is looking for dedicated people to join their family. You will enjoy benefits and camaraderie not available at most jobs. Our culture promotes the idea of teamwork, respect, and honesty. It also encourages excellence in our performance, which translates into a quality product for our customers. Go to mama-rosas.com to begin your career.
When I took over this farm from my dad, I knew our future success required making major changes in our operations. That meant adding acreage, more and bigger equipment, investing in powerful technology, hiring employees. We even started a seed business. Fortunately, working together with Grinnell Mutual and my local farm mutual, my agent was able to cover everything. I call that progress.
See the Minster crowd, as their student section into it, they find their team down 7-0 here.
Yeah, they got 6 turnovers here in the first quarter, struggled to get shots off. Bremen not a whole lot better, as that'll be turnover number 5 for them.
And Cody Frericks with the steal and the finish. They're going to a 1-2-2 press against Franklin Monroe on Monday. They did this, and that really turned around that game. They don't show it a lot, but it was effective the first time. Paul gives it up to Alec. Bornhorst with the 3. Frericks with another rebound. He averages 8 rebounds a game. Already has half that number. Kanapke on the wing. Hounded by Blickel. Gives it up to Frericks.
When I talked about the defense, and New Bremen and Minster, both intensity-wise, have been all over each other.
Smeezing
tip.
Misses the 3, but Lemko with a nice finish.
Very good offensive rebound by Lemko, as you said, and the finish.
So 2 possessions in a row. The Wildcats have scored, cut the lead to 7-4. Bornhorst gives it back to Alec. Minster drops back into man-to-man. Bornhorst picks it up. They work it around to Paul. Under 2 minutes to go here, first quarter. Cardinals jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Wildcats have scored the last 2 possessions to cut it to 7-4. Blickel gives it to Paul on the 3, in and out. Frericks with the rebound. Kanapke pushes it ahead to Smeezing. Smeezing will drive baseline, reverse layup, doesn't fall. There's Frericks, and 1.
The size definitely paying off for the Wildcats. I mentioned Frericks probably the biggest one on the floor now with all those substitutions that went in and out. He's converted twice in the last 2 shot attempts. And gets the and 1 on this one. Second foul on Brandon Highcamp as he'll check out.
Frericks, 4 of the 6 points. He's had a whole bunch of rebounds already. 6'6" junior. Misses the free throw. Cardinals substitute a bunch of players. Kettner in for the Wildcats. Bornhorst to Bowers.
And Bremen subbed their starting 5 back in.
Long 3 by Powers, in and out. Frericks with another rebound. Kettner doesn't find an opening, picks up his dribble. Frericks. Heitbrink will drive. Kettner thought about a 3, will drive through the lane. Will have to kick it out. Heitbrink into the corner, off the mark there by Lemcole. And it will go out of bounds. It will be Cardinal basketball.
That was an interesting possession there because you saw Bremen running over to get the rebound. And then the last second kind of stopped, in essence, blocking the Minster player. In his rights,
yes.
He didn't do anything illegal. It just kind of got a little bit physical at the end.
1-2-2 press again. Powers tries to dribble through it. Fortunately for Aaron, a foul is called.
First foul on Cody Frericks. The 4th team foul against Minster as Jared Schulte checks back in.
6'9" junior replaces 6'6" junior Frericks. Minster definitely with a size advantage tonight.
That's amazing when he comes on the floor, the difference. I mean, he's just so much taller.
Haney, shot. Ball on the floor, Bornhorst, and 1. Fight for the rebound, and Bornhorst comes out of the pile.
Good second effort there, gets the offensive glass. That's the one place they can compete with Schulte, which that ball was down around the waist. And you saw Bornhorst rip it away, and that foul called against Schulte, his first.
Smeezing and Hilsman will check in.
The energy in here for this first quarter has been just absolutely amazing. It might not hurt that we're 6 feet from the student section, but it's still been really good and a lot of fun.
Bornhorst averaging just under 10. This is the free throw. Wildcat ball the other way. Down to 18 seconds. Smeezing into the corner. Tried to pass it underneath, knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Wildcats. There's 12 seconds to go. Hilsman will trigger it in. All the way on top to Kettner. Schmiesing tries to drive. We're down to 6 seconds. On top. Cardinals get off a shot. 1 quarter in the books. Here at Cardinal Gymnasium with the score of the Cardinals 9, Wildcats 6. We'll be right back here on NK Telco Sports.
NK Telco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NK Telco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NK-TELCO and get in the game.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
1 quarter down. The Cardinals off to a good start. They lead 9-6. As you see the Cardinal student section, and they are all dressed up for combat, if you will.
That's right. Well, just a frantic first quarter. Both teams really never settled down. Minster 7 turnovers, New Bremen 5. You know, New Bremen early got a couple quick buckets off the energy and some steals, but both have really struggled to kind of settle into their offense. It took a whole quarter to see if maybe here in the second it settles in a little better.
Bornhorst with the 3. Frericks with the rebound. Both teams have both their starting lineups out there here to start the second quarter. Backdoor to Hilsman. Tried to go to Schultze. Steal by Haney.
And the turnovers continue. It's number 8 now for Minster.
Bornhorst over to Vondenhaar. Luke drives through traffic. Gets his own rebound on a block shot. Bornhorst drains the 3.
As you watch, you get that feeling that Bremen's able to penetrate a little bit, bringing their bigs into the paint. Well, a couple of Bremen's so-called bigs, they're 6'2", 6 foot. They can shoot the perimeter as well. You saw there, Bornhorst able to knock down the 3.
Kettner drive all the way over. Schmiese's open for the 3. Can't get it to fall. Foul on the rebound will go against the Cardinals.
Trying to box out.
Schultze
under the bucket, thank you. And got a little bit over aggressive there, I think, and get called for the foul.
5th foul on the Cardinals, 4 on the Wildcats. Hilsman will trigger it.
Sorry, first one on Nolan Bornhorst.
Schultze able to catch it. Shot by Hilsman. That's short. Rebound of the Cardinals. Bowers pushing the tempo. Cardinals really been pushing it. Both teams, for that matter, trying to push the tempo when they can. Bowers step back 3, and he hits it.
Wow. Aggressive move by Powers. Drops the shot. Bremen in this first half coming out to play. You'll see a great replay here as he puts the move on, takes the contact, and nothing but the bottom.
That step back had Schmiesing just sliding by, and he tried to recover. Not able to finish a 4-point play by Haney. To try to make it a 6-point play. It's a foul on the rebound against New Bremen.
And that energy got to him there a little bit there, as that one's going to be called on Luke Vondenhaar. His first, and the 6th team foul now on New Bremen.
A lot of players with 1 foul. Nobody has 2 so far.
Yeah, we're going to be shooting free throws, I think, for a while before this half is over. Now with 6 fouls for Bremen and 5 for Minster. And almost another turnover there. Nice save by Hulsman.
It's tipped around. Cardinals come up with it. Powers with the drive. Draws the foul, and Avery Powers will go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, watch Bremen and Minster play both a little bit this year. Avery Powers is usually aggressive. Well, he's got a whole nother level right now tonight. He's taking step back shots, driving the hole hard. Real aggressive, going to get him a couple free throws here.
Bowers just averaging under 11 points on the season. Rolls the first one in.
He's a 72% free throw shooter, as you see, man. Aggressive drive into the lane as he knocks down the first free throw.
Trio of Wildcats into the game. Kanapke, Lemcole, and Heitbrink. You get a look at the 6-foot senior Powers as he converts both free throws. A 10-point lead for the Cardinals. Kanapke brings up the ball. Cardinals stay in their man-to-man defense. Haven't really gotten to any kind of flow as the defense in New Bremen has dominated on this side of the court. Schmeezing in the corner. Lost out of bounds.
Turnover. You know, and I think, you know, as you watch their offense, they've definitely done that whole inside out the whole season, and they've had a couple opportunities, not been able to knock them down. So you see Bremen sagging in a little bit more, double teaming on Schulte and creating a couple of those turnovers.
Minster on this season only averages about 11 turnovers that they commit a game, and they're well past that pace.
Yeah, they've got 10 already here in the first half.
Right at the Cardinal defense as Bowers with the drive. Kicks it back. Vonderhaar's open for a three. Rebound Heitbrink. Jack will give it up to Schmeezing. 5:30 to go. Second quarter. Cardinals up by 10 on our First National Bank scoreboard.
That was a big defensive stop by Minster. Had that three ball went in for Vanderhaar, I think the roof would have came off of this place.
Lemcole kicks it out to Heitbrink. Kanapke now gives it up to Lemcole. Tipped away. It will stay with the Wildcats.
But you can see for sure, both ends, defense has been good. Bremen has been super active trying to keep that ball out of the paint. They know they have a disadvantage in there, and they've been fronting a lot, causing some issues with Minster right now to get in their offense.
Schmeezing will be called for the tie-up, and the alternate possession will keep it with Minster. Minster has not scored yet this quarter. They had a flurry where they scored 6 points pretty quickly together.
Yeah, a lot of them off that press.
Yeah.
Like you said, they've really struggled to get back into a flow here and see if they can get a good offensive possession set up here with Schmeezing.
With the three, and Isaac Schmeezing hits it, his 27th three of the season.
You could tell when he caught that ball, he had an intention of taking another shot, and there's a good reason why he shoots 54% from three-pointers as he knocks down a big one for Minster.
Powers will try a three. In and out, Schulte with the board. Outlet pass to Schmeezing. So the Wildcats can put back-to-back possessions together. Schulte off the block. Rebound, Cardinals. Up ahead to Bowers. Now Bowers almost travels. Long three by Powers. In and out, ball tipped around. It will go to the Wildcats.
A couple substitutions here for both teams as Kentner will come back in for Minster. Caleb Allig, Kobe Paul, Brandon Heitkamp, and Grant Haney all check in for New Bremen.
Kettner comes in to give Schmeezing a blow. About halfway through this second quarter, 7-point lead for the Cardinals. Wildcats haven't been able to penetrate a whole lot either. Good defense by the Cardinals. Kanapke will give it up into the corner. Drive by Lemcole. Schulte in.
Yeah, nice dump in there. You give Schulte the easy two. That was probably the best offensive possession Minster's had so far here tonight.
Give the assist to Alex Lemcole. Lead down to 5. Alec gives the Blickel. Underneath. Heitkamp against Schulte. Almost looked like a travel, but.
That's a tough matchup to get the ball in the paint.
30
Probably a good timeout there by New Bremen.
30-second timeout gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors for making this telecast possible. Fowler's TV, Upper Valley Career Center, Schwann's Mama Rosa, German Farmers, NK Toko Sports, New Knoxville Supply Company, Minster Dental Care, Minster Bank, Hometown Opportunity, American Trim, PSG Automotive Outfitters, 21st Century Kitchens, Schwiedeman Pharmacies, Keyhole Pizza, West Staff, Lamb's Insurance Agency, Orthopedic Institute of Southwest Ohio in Wagner's IGA. And on our First National Bank scoreboard with 3:28 to go before half, Cardinals 16, Wildcats 11.
Yeah, and you see New Bremen trying to dump the ball in the paint on their offense. And as much as you like to do that, when Schulte's on the court, you better pull that out a lot farther, because the only chance you're going to have at getting a shot off of him is if you get him at the elbow and then get around him, because Heitkamp has given up 6-7 inches to him, and he's not going to leave his feet. He doesn't need to. So it's a really tough matchup in there.
Blickel tries it again.
Perfect example. You can't go right to the bucket. You're going to have to shoot before he gets in there.
Third block of the night by Schulte. 3 by Kanapke. Wildcats chase down the rebound. Another opportunity here in this possession. Kettner loses a handle, gets it back, draws the foul, and Kettner will go to the line for free throws.
That foul is going to be on number 24, Kobe Paul, his second, and the 7th team foul now.
52, Jacob Rindler in the game as Andrew Bowers and Avery Powers. Free throw shooting, definitely a strength for the Wildcats. First in the MAC at 75.7 as a team.
Yeah, Mike Kettner going to the line now, shoots 75%. Got a couple guys shooting at 100. Adam Kanapke and Isaac Smeezing have not missed at the line yet this year.
Kettner 1-and-1 in and out. And Haney with the board. Bornhorst. Shot. Short. Rebound by Blickel. Haney's open for the 3. Another chance here is Rindler with a nice rebound, and he will draw the foul. And Rindler will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. That'll be the second foul on Isaac Smeezing. I believe the first player with 2 fouls, as Rindler will go to the line. 6'3" junior with a 1-and-1. Nothing but nylon on the first. Cardinals been stuck a little bit on that 16 mark. Short on the second one. Kettner with the rebound. Pushes it ahead. Drives. Nice pass to Lemcole. He's hammered. Nice dish there. Lemcole didn't have a chance at the shot, but he'll shoot 2 here.
He was not getting that one off, that's for sure. Fouls on Andrew Bowers, his first.
Lemcole, one of 5 seniors on this Wildcat team. Lefty misses it. So take another look at the replays. You see Kettner leading the break. Nice dump down there. And
it's amazing he even got the shot off. Much contact that was made there.
Lemcole trying to hit the next one. They remarked how good their foul shooting was. They missed the first 2, but make that one. As Lemcole leaves, Hilsman checks in the lineup. Also, Smeezing left in favor of Kanapke. 5-point lead by the Cardinals. Biggest lead was 10. They have the back to the pressure. Heitbrink at the point of the press. Bowers to Schulte. He draws the foul that time. That'll be the second foul on Schulte.
Yeah, he got bailed out a little bit there. Schulte got a little anxious, but he was a little farther out on the floor. That's why I said you're not going to be able to go over him as much as they've tried. He's just too tall, but he does draw the second foul there as Bauer steps to the line.
As of now, it looks like Schulte will stay in the game with 2. Check that. They'll bring in Max Prenger, a 6'6" senior. Wildcats have 6'9", 6'6", 6'6" on their roster.
It's a good luxury to have, right?
Not too many teams can say that. And Prenger is fighting through a shoulder injury since the football season. Is in for Schulte. Bowers misses them both, but gets the rebound. Another chance for the Cardinals. Haney wants it. Shoots the 3, in and out. Rebound to Kettner. Kanapke pushes it ahead to Heitbrink. Heitbrink picks up his dribble. Hilsman. Wildcats have a chance to cut inside of 5 points. Be the closest they've been since in this quarter. Kanapke with the 3. Short, rebound Bornhorst.
And a good defensive stop there. As I say, as you mentioned, Bremen's ahead, but their offense has definitely slowed down. And a good answer there from Nolan Bornhorst.
Nice drive to the hoop off the window. The lead back to 7. Kettner gives it up to Hilsman. Pass to Pranger, tried to reverse layup. Bornhorst the other way. Nolan will drive off the glass again. This time rims out. Wildcats on the attack. Hilsman open for the 3, way off. Cardinals going to extend that 7-point lead. There's Powers. Nice block there by Pranger. Now the 4th block of the night by the Wildcats. Kettner gives it up to Kanapke. They work it around. Hilsman will try another 3. Another one off the mark. And we're under a minute to go. The Cardinals with the ball in a 7-point lead.
And that frantic pace has not stopped. Like, it's just been really up and down. And as you can see, some crazy shots at times. And both teams just really struggling to handle the intensity, I feel like, at times.
Bornhorst, 3 straight buckets for Bornhorst.
He's got 9 points now for New Bremen.
That matches the lead.
Yeah, he's been the guy that seems to settle in a little bit, slow the pace, and take a good shot. Everybody else, it seems like it's been a whole nother level of speed.
The pace has definitely affected the Wildcats offense. They haven't looked settled all night. Kanapke gives it up to Kettner. Waves it off, going for the last shot. Trying to work off the screen. Now drives to the basket, draws the foul.
That's some good patience there by Mike Kettner. Fouls against Jacob Rindler for New Bremen.
Kettner missed the front end before. Hits that one. Get another look on our replay. There's a drive by Kettner as he draws the foul. Kettner averaging just under 11 points a game. Second team All-MAC last year as a sophomore. Hits a pair for the Wildcats. 2.6 to see the Cardinals get a shot off. Bowers didn't realize the clock, and a long shot is short. We played 1 half here. And a nice quarter for the Cardinals. They lead their rivals, the Minster Wildcats, 21-14 on our First National Bank scoreboard. We'll total up on numbers, be back with the halftime stats here on NK Telco Sports.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CERA and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slonkowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
We knew that we could use Hometown Opportunity as an avenue to reach out to people, not just in this community, but across the state.
Hometown Opportunity was my saving grace, honestly.
We viewed it as a great resource for us to get the word out about our company.
I saw all the commercials, billboards, and I thought, just give it a shot, why not? And they offered me a photography job on the spot, which was thrilling because I've been searching for months.
The Hometown Opportunity website definitely makes that connection.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpock, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
We're at halftime. The Bremen Cardinals with a 7-point lead over the Minster Wildcats. With the first half numbers, Mr. Greg Burning.
Thanks, Dave. As you see the numbers there, shooting-wise for either team was not great. A lot of shots put up by both teams. Not very good from three-point line for either team. Free throws the same. Really struggled at the free throw line. Rebounds, pretty consistent. Turnovers, as we talked earlier, Minster got a little bit carried away there early on. Scoring leaders go like this. Avery Powers for New Bremen had 7. Nolan Bornhorst, 9. Bryce Bickle had a bucket, so did Luke Vonderhaar. For the Minster Wildcats, Cody Frericks had 4, Lemkel 3, Schmiesing 3, Mike Kentner 2, and Jared Schulte 2. So not a lot of scoring, as you can tell on the scoreboard there for Minster especially. You wouldn't expect to see a 14 sitting there at halftime. It really never got settled in their offense that whole half. And even the last couple possessions might have been their best. Kentner got a good look there at the end, but outside of Powers and Bornhorst, everybody else seemed like they were just running around. It was just crazy.
Yeah, I think that's the story of the half was the pace, the frantic pace, and that the Bremen's defense took Minster completely out of their offense.
It sped them up. You could see it really sped them up, and Bremen took advantage of that and got some good looks.
This is a Minster team that's averaging 61 points a night, and the last 2 games they've scored 80 and 74.
And honestly, if you're Minster right now, you're pretty happy because that could have got a lot worse. Bremen had a lot more open shots that went in and out. But as we get started here in the third quarter, I'd say you're going to see the intensity get picked up a lot.
Shot off the mark. Also thing to watch, Minster has 3 starters with 2 fouls. Schmiesing, Frericks, and Schulte. Tried to go down to Schulte. Ball tipped around. It will stay with the Wildcats.
And another good defensive you see. Every time that ball goes down by the paint, they are denying that early entry to Schulte, and did there again.
Hilsman into Kettner. Backdoor, Hilsman shot, in.
It's a good sign for the Wildcats. Hulsman really struggled in that first half. That's his first bucket.
Cuts the lead to 5. Both teams with their starters here to start the second half. Bowers working off the screen by Bornhorst. Bornhorst had 9 in the first half. Fadeaway drive, rebound. Bornhorst couldn't quite finish.
Yeah, missed opportunity there for New Bremen.
3 by Schmiesing. Powers with the rebound, bounces around, able to retain possession. Bornhorst walks it across the timeline. Again, the Cardinals 5-8, Wildcats 7-2. The 159th meeting between these two schools. All-time, Minster leads this series 80-78. Shot off the mark, knocked out of bounds by the Wildcats. It will stay with the Cardinals. Minster won last year, but before that, New Bremen won the last 3 matches. Last 10 times they've matched, New Bremen's led the series 7-3.
Yeah, it's been a very good rivalry. As you mentioned, in the last few years, a 3-pointer missed there by New Bremen.
Shot up, but a charge by Schmiesing. Don't count the basket. That's the 3rd foul on Schmiesing.
And that's a big one. He definitely keeps the tempo going for Minster and that really consistent deep threat. We know they've got several other guys, but at 54%, shoots a great clip. He's their leading scorer as well, so he'll check out. Adam Kanapke will replace him.
Take another look here as you have Powers sets for the charge just in time. Really, this is the first time Schmiesing's been in foul trouble all year. Now in the 10th game of the year. Bornhorst picks up his dribble to Haney. Haney being shadowed by Hilsman as he steps out of bounds.
Yeah, not a good start for the New Bremen offense here in the second half.
Hilsman's done a nice job on Haney. Haney has not scored yet, averages, the leading scorer for the Cardinals, averages 13. Kanapke with the basketball. Thought about
Boy, Vonderhaar and Schulte are just going to town in the paint down there, really working at it.
Kanapke to Frericks, tried to go to Schulte. He gets it and is fouled.
Schulte's having to work for it all down there. Bremen is definitely aware of the size and do not want to give him a close look in there, as he's going to have to go to the free throw line to earn him. Avery Powers commits the foul, his first.
6'9" man-child for the Wildcats, and Schultz hits the first. See the pass into Frericks. Another nice bounce pass through the lane.
He struggled a little bit at the free throw line, 47% of the season. Knocks both of those down with no problem.
Schultz with 4, and Wildcats go in the 1-2-2 press.
And they scored 4 straight here now coming out of the halftime.
Powers drives through it. Jumper. Frericks with the rebound. Up ahead, Hillsman and in. Nice fast break for the Wildcats, and they're within 1.
Yeah, and you knew it was coming. Like I said at the break, you knew their intensity was going to step back up. They've settled into their offense. Now New Bremen's got the challenge here of answering. Like I said, they have not scored here yet in the third quarter.
Minster on a 6-0 run to start this half. And there's a steal by Kettner. Tried to pass it to Kanapke, and that's stolen away. Oh, it was a jump ball. Now you call it a jump ball. I think he was trying to do a timeout as well.
Oh, I think they might have given it. As you see the out official coming up here.
And the official, I think that was close to the bench, got the time.
Yep.
New Bremen got the timeout. So it looks like it'll be a 30-second timeout. So we thank our sponsors, Fowler's TV, Upper Valley Career Center, Schwann's Mama Rosa, German Farmers, NK Telco Sports, New Knoxville Supply Company, Minster Dental Care, Minster Bank, Hometown Opportunity, American Trim, PSG Automotive Outfitters, 21st Century Kitchens, Schrudeman Pharmacy's Keyhole Pizza, West Staff, Lamb's Insurance Agency, Orthopedic Institute of Southwest Ohio, Wagner, that's IGA. Greg and I will also be naming a player of the game for both teams, sponsored by NK Telco. On our first National Bank scoreboard, Minster within 1, 21-20.
Yeah, Minster come out here a lot more aggressive and running their offense a lot better here in the third quarter. Scored 6 straight points. As we mentioned in the pregame, New Bremen had to come out to a good start. They need to do that here in the third quarter also, because they get in these little spots where they have breaks with their offense, and they definitely need to respond here now as they only lead by 1.
Bowers picks up his dribble. Now Powers will drive across the timeline. He double team, gets it into Bowers. Drive by Haney off the glass. Big basket for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and you mentioned Haney hadn't scored. Comes up with a big one there, pushes the lead back to 3.
Work it around the perimeter. Kanapke will drive. He is tripped up. Will draw the foul. Second foul there on Vonderhaar. I think that's the first Cardinal with 2 fouls. Minster has Schmiesing on the bench with 3 fouls. 2 others with 2. Kettner will trigger it in. Frericks to Hilsman. Kettner with a 3. Another rebound by Frericks, and he will draw the foul. That'll be a shooting foul as he tried to tip it in off the rebound.
Yeah, that foul's going to go against Nolan Bornhorst, his second. And you can just feel that energy. That halftime kind of slowed New Bremen down a little bit. They were really going and fired up, and now they've come out and Minster started to settle into their offense. They're getting much better looks and attempts here at the free throw line.
Junior Frericks hits the first, averages 7.7 points a game, averages 8.4 rebounds a game. Long, lengthy junior, 6'6" in height. Trying to hit both free throws.
And is very good at the free throw line. He's just all there, 78% on the season.
Lead back down to 1. Paul in the lineup, gives it up to Powers. Able to kick it back to Bornhorst. 4:25 to go here, third quarter. Steal by Kettner. Up ahead, Kanapke and in. Kettner with a steal and assist. And the Wildcats at the lead.
And you've seen Kettner very active defensively. That's 2 steals he's had in the last 3 possessions off of that quick hand, knocking down the ball in the passing lane.
3 ball by Vonderhaar. And he gives the lead back to the Cardinals.
And what a big answer as Luke Vonderhaar, as you said, steps in there and knocks it down. And back and forth we go, kind of what we thought we would see in the first half. Both teams settling offensively in here a little bit.
All the way across, Kanapke with the 3. Powers with the rebound. And there's a ball on the floor. Powers able to keep it. Paul will drive. Too strong on the shot. Battle for the rebound. Stay with the Cardinals. Haney with a shot. Rebound again to the Cardinals. And Kettner comes up with a steal. Stolen back by the Cardinals. And after all those opportunities, Cardinals not able to score.
Back and forth. That was a little nuts underneath the basket there.
Schultze banks it. Oh, can't get it to. Looked like it was almost down, but it rimmed out.
And a point blank attempt there for Schultze. Can't get it to go.
Bornhorst, Vonderhaar's open again for the 3. Haney with the rebound. A lot of offensive rebounds for the Cardinals. Haney drives. Long rebound to Hilsman.
Tough shot there by Haney. Some good defensive pressure there by Minster.
Tried to go down to Schultze. Stolen by Powers. Drive and in. Avery Powers with a steal and the layup gives the lead back up to 4 for the Cardinals.
Powers now has 9. Set a couple big steals for New Bremen.
Into the corner, it's Kettner. Dumps it down.
Oh, nice shot.
Reverse layup or behind his head there by Schultze.
Maybe those other ones a little too easy. You should do them backwards.
Wow.
That was beautiful. Nice finish for the big man under the bucket to get Minster back within 2.
Paul, Haney, blocked again by Schultze. Kettner comes up with another steal.
Mike Kettner's been everywhere here in the third quarter.
Kanapke with the 3. And a timeout. Wildcats. Get another look here. Kettner will kick it out. And the senior Kanapke strokes it home.
That's what you've seen from Minster's offense. I mean, they make a bunch of 3s. They shoot it at a high clip. But Mike Kettner has come out to play here in the third quarter. You won't see it as much on the stats, but he has got at least 3 steals. I'm going to say it's 4 in the third quarter, which has sparked that Minster offense. They've really stepped up big, now lead by 1.
And several times they've been able to, when they get the steal, you don't have to work against a set defense.
Right.
It goes a lot easier. Same way for New Bremen, when Minster doesn't score, they can't set up in the press. Now they can attack it. They don't have to go through the press. And, yeah, Kettner's been a big spark. And this is settled back down. It's been back and forth, and it's been a fun game.
This has been very good. It's went fast. Only a minute 40 left to go here in the third quarter. It's been well officiated by by the whole crew. I feel like they didn't, the game hasn't gotten out of control, and it's been really entertaining. Another steal.
Steal. Kanapke. Frericks. Short. Lemko will try to follow. Ball on the floor. There's a whole host of humanity after it. A lot of Cardinals and Wildcats. A lot of desire for that ball here tonight. And,
yeah, you knew when that second one went up that everybody and their brother was going to be in that pile, and they sure were.
And that jump ball will stay with the Wildcats. It's been another key. That press has been very effective for the Wildcats. That half-court press, they wait till the Cardinals get across.
Well, what makes it so tough is they can put 3 defenders out here because they know they got a giant under the paint, and he really deters a lot of that offense.
On top of you have a small giant with Frericks at top of that point at 6'6". Heidbrink almost loses it, able to get it to Schmiesian, who just checked back in. Lemko, Frericks, and Kanapke round out the lineup for the Wildcats. Lemko tries to drive. Schmiesian is wide open for the 3 and hits it. Good dish there by Lemko.
Yeah, and that's why they're glad to have him check back in. Buries the 3. He now has 6. Here's that piece I was just talking about. There's 3 defenders in that spot, and Bremen keeps going at it, and the same results coming out of it. They're turning the ball over.
Schmiesian in and out. Tried to make 2 in a row, and we'll have a foul on the rebound.
And that's right in front of us. We see it every time. There's 3 defenders there. And Bremen keeps caving in at it. And what they have to do is get the ball in the middle of the floor before those 3 defenders get there. Instead, they're dribbling right into it.
And what you always got to remember, the players on the floor are seeing it at floor level.
Right.
In the stands, you get the tendency, well, why don't you pass it to this person? You have to look around players. It's not as easy. And as you see that, Frericks at 6'6", and then you have the 2 guards right behind him. The Cardinals trying to be cautious here. Here's the danger zone. And there's Kettner almost came up with a steal. Now Haney shot up, gets his own rebound, and then great basket there. Haney followed and puts it in.
Yeah, he's working hard in there because nothing is coming simple in that paint. I don't care which end of the floor you're on. Bangs in there hard, draws the contact, gets the bucket as well. Not sure who that foul was called against.
Schultze checks back into the lineup. As Haney trying to complete the 3-point play. Cardinals shoot 66% from the foul line, so both these teams shoot pretty good as he completes the 3-point lead. 3-point play, the lead for the Wildcats, back to just 1. 32-31 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Down to 25 seconds here in the well-played quarter by both teams. Lemke, Hybrink, pull up. Can't roll it home. On the floor, Bornhorst comes out with it. Paul gives it to Bornhorst, down to 7 seconds. It's like Nolan's gonna go one-on-one. Drives through the lane, that is short. In the end of the 3rd quarter, your score on the First National Bank scoreboard. The Wildcats 32, the Cardinals 31. We'll be back with an exciting 4th quarter here on NK Toko Sports.
PSG Automotive Outfitters, your truck accessory headquarters.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwederman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Great atmosphere, great ball game. We go to the 4th quarter. The Wildcats have come back and lead by 1.
Yeah, they had a big 3rd quarter, as we talked about. They came out early. They outscored New Bremen 18-10 in that 3rd quarter, which is why they have a 1-point advantage going into the 4th.
Wildcats playing with 2 players with 3 fouls. Frericks and Schmiesing both with 3. Nobody with the Cardinals with 3 fouls. Paul will pull it out. Heitkamp with a long 3. Cardinals able to chase it down in the corner. Heitkamp again and hits it. Brandon Heitkamp with his first bucket, and the Cardinals retake the lead.
Yeah, no hesitation there from Heitkamp as he comes out and knocks down a big jumper for the Cardinals.
Wildcats with their starting lineup back in game as Schmiesing puts up a 3. And that will be the 3rd foul on Schultze.
I was going to say, it didn't look like it was going to get called. It was like there was a lot of contact there from Schultze. A good box out there, as you'll see on our replay. Maybe not. It's a good box out by Brandon Heitkamp, who just scored at the other. There you see it. Who just scored at the other end. It's amazing what one end can do to carry over to the other. But you're going to see Minster, it gives them time to set up in that big press as well.
4th team foul on Minster, 3 fouls on New Bremen. Paul to Vondenaar. Double team, almost a steal, knocked out of bounds. Will stay with the Cardinals.
And they really shrink the floor on you with that press. Very tough to get it in any position. And they double right away, and they got a lot of length, as you mentioned earlier.
Bornhorst through the lane, banks it home.
He snuck a step in there, I thought, but got away with it. And a good finish at the basket for New Bremen.
3-point lead for the Cardinals. Kettner will drive, teardrop, falls in.
Yeah, good answer from Mike Kettner. Just his 4th point of the ball game.
Cardinals break the pressure this time. Vondenhar will try another 3, in and out. Bornhorst with the rebound. And a foul. So that could be the 2nd foul on Kettner, 15 foul. It will be a shooting foul here for Bornhorst. Bornhorst with 9 on the night.
Good free throw shooter, as I mentioned earlier, 77% on the year.
Now with 10, he averages 9.9 as Lemke will come in for Hillsman. Those two players split the defensive stopper position, if you will, for the Wildcats. Bornhorst hits a pair. Lead back to 3 for the Cardinals. Kettner across the timeline. Cardinals have stayed in their man-to-man defense all night. Pass to Kettner. Has to pick up his dribble. Try to go to Lemke, stolen away. Powers. Drive. Can't finish. Rebound by Frericks. So an opportunity by the boards for the Cardinals. Kettner tries to kick it out, throws it in between two teammates.
He got that extra step back there, but didn't get called anyway. Threw it a little bit outside of the Minster reach and turned it back over. That's okay. They're not going to call it at one end. It's fine. They don't call it the other either, right?
It all evens out. They say
That's
the
right.
calls even out.
That's
so.
right.
Paul gives it up to Haney. Spin move, shot up, rebound Schultze.
Couple nice moves there by Haney. Couldn't quite get it to drop. Good defense by Minster.
Lemke on the defense for the Wildcats. Frericks down low. Schultze can't finish. Gets his own rebound and now finishes.
Yeah, good pass inside from Frericks. Schultze able to convert.
Schultze now with 8. Lead down to 1. Powers just barely across the timeline. Pass to Vonderhaar, able to save it. Paul just inside the arc. Rebound to Schmeezing. Wildcats can take the lead with a basket. The lead has changed several times since about the mid-third quarter on. Cardinals led by 7 at halftime. Kettner can't go anywhere, has to give it up. Lemke gets it. Jumper Frericks. Schultze with a rebound and follow.
That's a great rebound by Schultze. Really got up before that ball came off the rim where nobody else could get it. And a good putback.
Bornhorst drives and it falls.
Wow.
Draws the foul. Contact there. I wasn't sure which way it was going to be called.
A big shot, but Nolan Bornhorst gets another and one.
Andrew Powers checks back in.
There's a big answer there from Bornhorst, and Bremen trying to extend the lead to 2 as a couple substitutions. You see Kanapke come back in there for Minster.
Along with Heitbrink. So Bornhorst trying to complete another 3-point play. Has 13 points on the night. In and out, and it looks like Schultze would be fouled on the rebound.
That one's going to be against Brandon Heitkamp. That's his 3rd foul.
Wildcats with the basketball, down 1. Kanapke walks it across the timeline. Heitbrink. Lemke did a nice job of chasing it down. Lemke tries to drive and gets the offensive foul.
And that was good placement there by Avery Powers as you saw him come out of that spin, Lemkel, and Powers was ahead of him. And he extended that arm, and it was an easy call right in front of the official.
17 fouls on Wildcats, but it's a player control foul, so
right.
No foul shots. But the next one will be, you get another look here.
And you'll see him beat him to the spot. And anytime you put that arm out and extend it, you know it's going to go against you. Good defensive possession there as we got a 1-point ball game here. Just over 4 minutes remaining.
Cardinals with the 1-point lead. Powers through the lane, and then they will charge the other way as Lemkel this time drew the charge.
Wow.
A big call because that basket would have counted.
That was a huge call there as Powers, you'll see the replay.
That time Lemkel beat him to the spot.
That's a tough one, yeah. Good defense. Back and forth.
The call, it just depends which team you're rooting for on that one.
I said it earlier, I'll say it again. The officials have done a very good job to this point. They've let the game play itself out, and both these teams have really battled and played well here tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
And there's a steal. Haney to the hoop. And this time, it'll be a blocking foul, this time on Hyperink, and Haney will go to the line to shoot two. Had a lot of steals both ways.
I was just going to say, that's really when Minster struggled, right? When they've turned the ball over, and it's obviously Bremen's defense, but they've gotten themselves obviously out of position because that half-court trap press has really struggled, give Bremen a lot of problems.
Haney long on the first as you get another replay here. As you see, Hyperink tried to slide over but wasn't square. As the senior, 6'2" senior Haney hits the second. Lead now to 2 for the Cardinals.
Every possession big now as we're down to about 3.5 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Kettner back in the lineup. Gives it to Schmeezing. Schmeezing will drive, will have to give it to Kettner. Schultze trying to post up low. Ball on the floor, and we have a jump ball. Will stay with Minster. Again, ball pressure being played by the Cardinal defense.
Yeah, and doing a nice job of keeping Schultze. You know, they've really done a nice job both sides. They've denied a lot on the perimeter. They've obviously understood the scouting report on Minster that they shoot the ball from the perimeter well and have defended the guards very well to this point. But then also have kept someone in front of Schultze pretty much the entire game.
Only one Wildcat in double figures so far. That's Schultze with 10. For the Cardinals, we have Bornhorst with 13. He's the only one for the Cardinals. Schmeezing thought about it. Lemkel underneath. Schultze tries to follow. Has another opportunity. Rebound.
Wow.
For Eriks. And the third chance puts it in, and we are tied at 40.
Yeah, tough to battle with that as the two big guys were just tipping it back to each other.
Powers with the three. Scores. Rebound Vonderhaar. There's another block by Schultze, and we have a jump ball. So Schultze, I think, is his 5th block tonight. And we have a jump ball, and this time it'll stay with the Cardinals.
Yeah, he's a big presence down on defense for Minster.
Paul will trigger it in. Bornhorst, pull up. Well short. Paul with the rebound. Kettner ends up with it. Chance for the Wildcats to take the lead. Schmeezing down to Lemkel. Through traffic, loses the ball. Powers. Pull-up jumper. Frerichs with the rebound. Both teams not able to take the lead on their possession. Schmeezing gives it up to Kettner. Coming up on 2 minutes to go. What's been a dandy? What you expect from this rivalry? Kettner, Schultze, and great dish. Schultze finishes, Cats with the lead.
Yeah, he's not had many good looks like that tonight. Good offense by Minster.
Be a timeout Cardinals. 1:51 to go in this barn burner. We'll be right back on NK Telco Sports.
At 21st Century Kitchens, we know that every home has a style to go with it. From first-time homebuyers to families with the pitter-patter of little feet to teenagers taking over the kitchen, 21st Century has what you want, customizing the style, layout, and price point to fit your budget. Kitchens by Craftmade and quality cabinets, countertops by Wilson Art and Cambria, along with availability of granite, marble, and wood.
See what's in store behind the yellow door for your 21st Century Kitchen.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
1:51 to go to the ball game. You see this Cardinal student section. Cardinals have a ball, and this is a big possession. They're down by 2.
Yeah, big scoring opportunity here. You got to concern yourself about going right at Schultz. He's got a lot of blocks in this ball game, but Bremen looking to get a good offensive set here to go to get a good look at the basket.
Powers picks up his dribble. Now to Haney. Will drive off balance.
Perfect example.
Schultz.
Yeah, that's a tough shot. He's down there deterring. He won't get a block shot for that, but he might as well, because he just turned the New Bremen offense away.
See what the Wildcats do with the ball in a 2-point lead. Kettner, Smeezing, will try the 3. Frericks gets the rebound and is fouled. Just the 6th-team foul, so common foul, but they'll stay with the Wildcats.
And late in the second half, you've really seen Frericks and Schultz do what I thought you might see earlier, and that is they've controlled the boards.
Pass into Kettner. Fouled. And Mike Kettner will go to the line to shoot a big 1-and-1.
And as much of a rivalry as I love that part right there more than anything, the Bremen player Avery Powers knocks him down, gives a hand, picks him up. Sports need to be more about that. Just because you commit a hard foul to someone doesn't mean you can't be a good sport about it. Love that. Love to see this rivalry continue that.
Shot in by Kettner, just following up on that point. It's been an intense game.
Very.
But it hasn't been a hateful game between these players.
Sure.
They've been playing hard at each other. Definitely both teams have each other's respect.
And they've done this on back-to-back nights, because the girls' game was that way last night. Minster coming out on top of that game by 3, but it was a very well-fought game by both teams.
Timeout Wildcats. That'll be a full timeout. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
As a business owner, do you find yourself reviewing too many applications, or are you the job seeker filling out dozens of applications in an attempt to find employment? West Staff has been bridging the gap between employers and employees since 1988. Jobs range from manufacturing and clerical to specialized fields such as quality control and engineering. West Staff has the ability to operate as your company's entire HR department or simply payroll employees on a temp-to-hire basis. West Staff, your partner in business.
Wildcats, with 1:09 to go, the Wildcats that
For over
extended to lead
27
the
years,
4th,
the
their
knowledge
biggest lead
of
of the night, and now a critical possession for the Cardinals.
Yeah, huge possession. You're down 4. You don't have to go real fast, but at the same time, you can't take up too much time. Bottom line is you have to score more than anything, and then let your defense do some work after that, but they're trailing by 4.
No press by the Wildcats, just a man-to-man defense. Paul to Haney. Now back to Powers. Offense way away from the hoop. Outside of the arc so far.
Yeah,
Powers to Paul.
This is getting borderline too patient. Now you need to score.
Blondahar with a 3. Big tray by Luke Vondenhaar.
And that's a big one. And now you got to decide if you're going to commit a foul here, you better do it pretty soon, as there's 30 seconds winding down, or do you try to get your defense to commit a steal?
Hilsman with the basketball. He has to pick up his dribble, gives it to Kettner, down to 22 seconds. Wildcats with the ball in a 1-point lead. Sometime you got a foul, and they reach in, and Kettner.
And you struggle with that one, right? You got the ball, made a shot with 30-some seconds. You got to commit to that 5 or 10 second window and say, okay, now we got a foul. Whereas now you just put yourself in a spot, you got 15 seconds, still time, but you could have given yourself 25 seconds, 30 seconds.
Kettner hits the first.
If he makes both of these, you need a 3.
Hey, I thought they might foul Hilsman. He had the ball for a while.
Right.
Hasn't been on the foul line. That stretched the lead to 2. This is a big foul shot to make it.
And the rebound is super huge, because let's not forget, Minster's been huge on the glass this second half.
Kettner hits both. He's hit 4 down the stretch, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. We're down to 15.6 seconds to go. And the Cardinals find themselves down by 3. Still plenty of time,
right?
But you can't wait around a whole lot.
Yeah, and if you got a timeout, and I don't know their timeout numbers. I want to say they do, because I think Minster called that timeout.
Yes, Minster did.
So if you're Bremen, you have a timeout. You would think you want to get to half court quickly and stop, because the game changes, right? When you have the whole court to go, there's a lot of different things that can happen, and it's hard to strategize. But if you can get it to half court in 2 or 3 seconds and get it across and call timeout again, then you got a whole nother game plan coming at you. Now you can set up a half court offense, run a set play, a lot of different things you can do.
Minster switches to a smaller lineup. Schultze's out of the game. Brought Hyperink in here.
That's interesting, because you would think,
I think it's
I know
to
he
match
gives up
up
a little
on
bit
the
the
3.
perimeter,
I
but
think
at the
that's
same time, he still keeps it tough for that pressure, but it doesn't look like they're going to do that as much as the man-to-man. So,
and if it gets down to the end, Minster might foul with a 3-point lead. So here we go. Bornhorst with the basketball. And there's out of bounds, as the New Bremen player, Paul, was on the sideline.
Big turnover there. You got to foul immediately here now to have any kind of chance. If you don't get the steal in the inbounds, it can't take 2 seconds. You have to commit a foul immediately to have any kind of shot.
Hyperink will inbound it with 7.3 seconds. Wildcats, the 3-point lead, 8 fouls, so it'll be another 1-and-1 coming up here if there's a foul. Hyperink up ahead to Kettner. Kettner is fouled immediately. And Kettner will go on the line again.
Yeah, he's 5 of 6 from the free throw line. I was going to say, that's the guy, I'm sorry, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Obviously, Minster wanted him to get the ball. Did a nice job. If you're New Bremen, that's the last guy you probably wanted up there, as he's knocked down 6 out of 7.
He missed his first foul shot of the game. Has hit the one since then. The junior, another 1-and-1. Hits it. Now that makes it a 2-possession game.
Yeah, barring a miracle here, Mike Kentner just sealed the deal for the Minster Wildcats.
He's hit the foul shots down the stretch. He sparked them in the 3rd quarter. And the junior hits another. And the lead at 5. Cardinals are running out of time. They need a quick score and a timeout. Bornhorst launches a long 3, and that will end the ball game. A good ball game here between these 2 rivals. But our final score, the Minster Wildcats 48, the New Bremen Cardinals 43. Great ball game. We'll come back to wrap it up on NK Toko Sports.
For over 27 years, the knowledgeable, reliable, and experienced staff at Lamb's Insurance Agency has been providing superior auto and home insurance to the people of West Central Ohio and Indiana. The team's understanding of the agricultural community and farming operations is second to none. We support the local communities because we are, well, local. If you are looking for excellent claim service, stop by or call today for your quote. Lamb's Insurance Agency, representing Ohio Mutual Insurance Group.
I happened to pivot wrong and hurt my knee. I ended up tearing my ACL. It hit me pretty hard because I love playing lacrosse. I met my surgeon and he made me feel confident about being able to get back into playing lacrosse. They always just took such good care of me, and they really were confident in what they were doing, which made me feel confident that I would be able to get back to playing lacrosse.
Wegner's IGA have been servicing their communities for more than 90 years, spanning 3 generations. Wegner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and a variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wegner's today in Minster, Fort Laramie, and New Bremen.
Good ball game here at the Nest at New Bremen High School, where the Minster Wildcats come in and escape with a 48-43 win. With the final numbers, Mr. Greg Burney.
Thanks, Dave. As you'll see here, the numbers here in a second, pretty consistent, but a lot of, as you can see, it was a rivalry game. 3-pointers for both teams, not good at all, obviously, percentages. I'd say the big stat of this whole board is the free throws. Minster come up big, shot 15 of 18, made some big free throws down the stretch. Other than that, the game was pretty even for the most part. The second half, big for the Minster Wildcats. They outscored New Bremen 18-10 in the third quarter, and then outscored them in the fourth quarter 16-12. They're a good team. They executed down the stretch and got away with the win. Bremen, on the other hand, played a very good game. Their defensive intensity was incredible. They really shut down a lot of things for Minster. Sneezing struggled a lot of times tonight, and they really did a great job underneath, I thought, with the big guy, Jared Schultz, because they're giving up a foot in a lot of positions to him, and really did a nice job of limiting his shots in the paint. Got a big one down the stretch to give Minster the win.
New Bremen goes to 5-9 on the season, 1-3 in the MAC. Minster goes to 8-2. They stay undefeated in the MAC, 3-0. Greg, I think it's a game both these teams can take something away from this.
For sure.
You start out with the Cardinals, the intensity they played with, and they've won 3 in a row. They've been playing better at the intensity they brought to this game, and they controlled this game and battled all the way. Didn't quite execute down the stretch, but if they keep that effort and intensity, maybe that'll come for them.
Well, and I think that's one of the keys. When you look at Minster, Mike Kentner is truly the floor general, if you will, for Minster, and it showed. He made some big plays defensively down the stretch, and he controlled that offense down the stretch, and he's the guy that went to the free throw line and sealed the deal for Minster. Bremen is a little bit different, a core makeup, and they don't really have that one guy just yet. I think there's one in there, but it's not always easy to pull that guy out. Mike Kentner's been a point guard for a while, does a nice job leading that team. Bremen had a nice solid ball game. Obviously, they stayed tight this whole game, had won 3 out of the last 4, and really are, I think, trending up. So hopefully for their sake, they can continue this momentum, and they play a lot more games like this. There'll be nothing but good things for the Cardinals down the stretch again.
And for Minster, this is one of those games. They've had some nice wins. They've shot well in a lot of their wins. Things at times have come pretty easy because they're shooting well. They had to come in. Things did not go well at all, and they battled through, but yet they came up with the win.
I think New Bremen really took them out of their comfort zone. We talked about that a lot during the ball game. If you'd have told me they were going to take the threes out of Minster's game and keep Schultz out of the paint, I told you you're crazy. They did. They really did, especially in the first half. Their intensity was amazing. They really covered that up. They helped underneath to front, to give that front help to the post on Schultz. Got a lot of turnovers. Probably the tough part was they didn't convert a lot. If you remember, right before the break, I said Minster should feel pretty lucky because that game could have gotten a lot worse. They got out of that half only trailing by 7. Bremen hits a couple shots that they had really good looks at. That could have been a 12, 14, 15-point deficit at halftime. Instead, it was 7. Come out the second half, they convert on a couple conversions and come away with the victory. But a great ball game, a great rivalry game as it has been for the last few seasons. A lot of fun.
Let's talk about our players of the game, sponsored by NK Telco. We talked a lot about him for Minster, Mike Kentner.
Yeah, played, like we said, he just led the team. He played a nice all-around game, controlled the offense later in the second half because in the first half, nobody on either team, I think, really could get into any kind of flow. But second half came out. I think he got 4 steals in like the first 6 or 7 possessions, converted on several, and then knocking down those free throws down the stretch. That's huge. 8 of 9, I think he was at the free throw line on the night. That's big.
And the one he missed was in the first quarter. He had all of those down this stretch.
That's right.
And congratulations to Mike Kettner. And for New Bremen, the sophomore Nolan Bornhorst.
Yeah, Nolan has come along every time you watch him play. He's very calm. You look at him, you think he's 6'4", 6'5". He's 6 foot in the books, but plays so much bigger, uses his body very well inside. Made some really good plays for New Bremen tonight. Unfortunately for them, just a little short, but he had a very good ball game again.
So both Mike Kettner and Nolan Bornhorst, congratulations. They will receive an NK Telco Sports t-shirt. Well, hope you enjoyed this battle here. We'd like to thank our crew tonight. And NK Telco Sports Band, Daniel Allen and Isaac Sell. On camera, Luke Schwierdeman, Bryce Hamrick, Ian Bolheimer, my partner Greg Burney, Dave Kanapke. Thanks for watching here on NK Telco Sports.